The vast darkness of space stretched out like an infinite canvas, dotted with distant stars and silent cosmic secrets.
Captain J. Park stood motionless on the bridge of the Earth Defense Command, his eyes fixed on the holographic display showing an approaching alien fleet. For weeks, strange energy signatures had been detected at the edge of the solar system.
Most scientists had dismissed them as random cosmic interference. But Jay knew better.
His intuition, honed through years of military training, told him something significant was coming. The alien vessels were massive, each ship larger than several city blocks, their metallic surfaces gleaming with technologies far beyond human understanding. They moved with calculated precision, like a predator slowly stalking its prey. Their formation suggested military discipline, a structured approach that spoke of centuries of interstellar warfare. Hyun Kim, the lead strategic analyst, worked frantically at her console. Her fingers danced across holographic interfaces, collecting and analyzing every tiny piece of data streaming from long-range sensors. "Captain," she called out, her voice steady but tense, "they're not just passing through. They're positioning themselves for a potential invasion."
Jay nodded, his face a mask of calm determination.
Years of preparation had led to this moment. Humanity had been watching, waiting, and most importantly, preparing for potential extraterrestrial threats. The communications system hummed to life. Jay approached the main transmission console, his military-issued uniform crisp and perfect.
He knew this message would be humanity's first real interaction with an alien civilization.
"Approaching vessels," he began, his voice clear and authoritative, "this is Earth's United Defense Command.
We are aware of your current trajectory and intentions.
Any attempt to enter our territorial space will be considered a direct act of aggression.
We strongly advise immediate withdrawal." The message was simple, direct, and carried an underlying warning.
It wasn't a plea, but a statement of absolute resolve.
Minutes passed. Silence filled the bridge.
The crew waited, their breathing almost synchronized, tension thick in the air.
On the massive display, the alien fleet continued its approach. No response. No acknowledgement. Hyun's instruments began picking up strange communication patterns. "They're talking among themselves," she reported. "But not responding to our transmission."
Jay watched the fleet's movement.
Something felt off.
The aliens weren't just ignoring the message, they seemed almost amused by it.
Unbeknownst to the aliens, every second they remained silent was another second humanity used to prepare. Defense systems were being activated. Orbital platforms were coming online. Satellite networks were transforming into potential weapon systems.
The lead alien vessel, a monstrous construct of metallic curves and sharp angles, suddenly shifted its position. It was a subtle movement, but to trained military eyes like Jay's, it meant something significant.
They were going to attack. "Full alert," Jay commanded.
His voice was calm, but it carried the weight of a decision that could determine humanity's fate.
Alarms began to sound. Soft blue emergency lights bathed the bridge in an ethereal glow. Crew members moved with practiced efficiency, each knowing their exact role in the potential conflict. The alien fleet was close now.
So close that individual ship details became visible, intricate designs, strange energy signatures, technologies that seemed to defy known physical laws.
Hyun's voice cut through the tension. "Captain, they're charging weapons systems." Jay's hand hovered near the defense activation panel.
One touch would set in motion a series of defensive protocols that had been decades in preparation.
The universe seemed to hold its breath. Humanity's first true test was about to begin.
And the aliens had no idea what was coming. The world changed within hours of the initial alien contact.
Global communication networks, once used for social media and entertainment, transformed into a complex web of military coordination.
Every government, every research facility, every technological hub suddenly moved with a single purpose. Hyun Kim stood in the central command center, her eyes scanning multiple screens displaying global readiness levels. Around her, technicians and military personnel worked with machine-like precision. The room buzzed with controlled energy, a symphony of human determination. Military installations that had appeared dormant suddenly came alive.
Underground facilities, hidden for decades, began activating sophisticated defense systems. Satellite networks repositioned themselves, creating an invisible shield around Earth's orbital space.
In Silicon Valley, tech laboratories that had been developing experimental technologies for years now revealed their most advanced creations.
Quantum computing systems, originally designed for research, were now being configured as tactical defense networks.
Artificial intelligence algorithms, trained on decades of military strategy and cosmic simulation data, began calculating potential alien attack scenarios. Naval bases around the world transformed.
Ships that seemed ordinary suddenly deployed advanced weapon systems.
Submarines equipped with technologies previously thought impossible began moving into strategic positions.
The oceans became a hidden battlefield, prepared to defend humanity's home planet.
Space research facilities that had been studying cosmic radiation and alien communication patterns now became critical command centers. Telescopes and deep space monitoring stations tracked the alien fleet's every movement. Each piece of data was analyzed, processed, and integrated into a massive defensive strategy.
In Seoul, a team of young engineers worked frantically, converting civilian communication networks into encrypted military channels.
Smartphones, home computers, and industrial systems were being quietly integrated into a massive, adaptive defense grid.
Jay Park received real-time updates from global command centers. Each report confirmed humanity's remarkable ability to unite and prepare.
Countries that had been historical rivals now shared technology, information, and a common goal of planetary defense.
Advanced drone systems, originally developed for agricultural and commercial purposes, were being rapidly modified into autonomous defense units. Thousands of these small, intelligent machines could be deployed to create a dynamic, unpredictable defensive perimeter. Research laboratories that had been studying experimental energy technologies now accelerated their work. Plasma-based weapon systems, quantum disruption technologies, and advanced electromagnetic pulse generators were being finalized and prepared for potential deployment. Genetic research facilities began preparing emergency medical protocols.
Understanding that an alien invasion might introduce unknown biological risks, teams of geneticists and medical researchers worked on adaptive vaccine technologies and rapid response medical systems.
Agricultural centers developed emergency food production strategies.
Vertical farming technologies, hydroponics, and advanced food preservation methods were being scaled up to ensure human survival in potential conflict scenarios. Communications satellites were reconfigured to create a global early warning system. Every sensor, every communication channel was now part of a massive, intelligent network designed to detect and respond to potential threats. Civilian populations, initially unaware of the true scale of the potential threat, began receiving subtle emergency preparedness guidelines. Community centers, schools, and local government facilities were quietly being prepared to serve as potential emergency coordination centers.
Hyun Kim's team continued their meticulous preparation. Each simulation, each calculation brought humanity closer to a comprehensive defensive strategy.
The aliens might have advanced technology, but human adaptability and collective intelligence were proving to be powerful weapons.
As the alien fleet drew closer, humanity's preparation reached its final stages.
Every system was synchronized, every potential scenario considered. The planet was transforming from a collection of nations into a single, unified defensive organism.
Jay Park looked at the final readiness report.
A slight smile crossed his face. The aliens had made a critical mistake.
They had underestimated humanity's capacity to prepare, to adapt, and to fight. The stage was set. Humanity was ready the moment the alien fleet crossed the lunar perimeter. Earth's response was instantaneous and brutal. Sophisticated defense systems, hidden in plain sight for years, activated with mathematical precision. Jay Park watched the holographic display, his fingers lightly touching the tactical interface. Thousands of adaptive AI defense platforms emerged from seemingly empty space, their surfaces shifting and transforming like liquid metal. The first alien ships never saw it coming. Quantum encrypted laser networks targeted critical points on their hulls with surgical accuracy.
Energy beams that could slice through titanium-grade metals cut through alien vessels as if they were made of paper.
Hyun Kim's algorithmic defense networks were working perfectly. Each alien weapon signature was predicted and neutralized before it could even be fully activated.
The AI systems were learning, adapting, and countering alien technologies faster than their creators could comprehend.
Massive electromagnetic pulses swept across entire alien battle groups. Advanced technological systems that had taken centuries to develop simply died, their complex circuits fried by humanity's unexpected defensive capabilities. Orbital platforms that looked like simple communication satellites transformed into weapon systems. Plasma cannons emerged from hidden compartments, targeting alien ships with devastating precision.
Each shot was calculated to maximize damage and minimize resource expenditure.
The alien fleet's initial formation quickly dissolved into chaos.
They had expected a simple conquest, a quick victory against what they perceived as a primitive species.
Instead, they found themselves fighting an enemy that was technologically superior and strategically unpredictable.
Underground military bases around the world launched autonomous drone swarms. Thousands of small, intelligent machines moved through space like a coordinated living organism. They attacked alien ships from multiple angles, overwhelming their defensive systems. Satellite networks that previously transmitted television signals and internet data now became a complex weapon system. Each satellite communicated with others, sharing targeting information and coordinating attacks with millisecond precision. The aliens attempted to regroup, to mount a counterattack. But every move they made was anticipated. Humanity's defense systems were not just reactive, they were predictive. Each alien strategy was neutralized before it could be fully implemented. Jay Park observed the battle with a calm demeanor. Years of preparation, decades of secret technological development, were now being revealed in moments of pure strategic brilliance. Humanity was not just defending itself, it was sending a clear message to the universe. Hyun Kim's algorithms continued to analyze and adapt. The AI systems were learning from each alien technological response, rapidly developing countermeasures that made previous defensive strategies look primitive. Space around Earth transformed into a battlefield of unimaginable complexity. Energy weapons, quantum disruption technologies, and adaptive defense systems created a light show that would have seemed impossible just hours earlier. The alien fleet's communication channels became increasingly desperate. Panic began to replace their initial confidence. They had underestimated humanity in every possible way. Autonomous defense drones continued their relentless assault. Small, intelligent machines moved with a coordination that suggested a collective intelligence. They attacked weak points, disrupted energy systems, and created chaos within the alien fleet. Plasma-based weapon systems delivered surgical strikes, targeting critical infrastructure on alien ships. Each shot was a calculated decision, designed to maximize damage while conserving defensive resources.
Within hours, what had started as a potential invasion became a complete disaster for the alien fleet.
Their technological superiority meant nothing against humanity's adaptive, intelligent defense systems.
Jay Park watched the final stages of the battle.
The alien fleet was being systematically destroyed, not through brute force, but through intelligent, coordinated strategic action.
As the last alien ships were neutralized, a profound silence fell.
Earth had not just defended itself, it had demonstrated to the universe that humanity was a force to be reckoned with.
The first strike was complete.
And it was devastating. The remaining alien vessels scattered like frightened insects, desperately trying to escape the systematic destruction humanity had unleashed.
Admiral Curl's communication channels erupted with panicked transmissions, each message more desperate than the last. Hyun Kim's advanced tracking systems locked onto every single alien ship.
No vessel would escape.
No chance for retreat would be given.
The algorithms worked with cold, mathematical precision, predicting and eliminating escape routes before the aliens could even conceive them.
The vast emptiness of space became a graveyard of alien technology. Massive ships that had once represented technological superiority now drifted as broken shells, their once proud structures torn apart by humanity's relentless defense systems. Jay Park watched the tactical displays, his expression revealing nothing. Years of military training had prepared him for this moment, a moment where humanity would demonstrate its true potential to the universe. Quantum encrypted communication networks began broadcasting the battle's details across multiple galactic frequencies. Every potential alien civilization would witness humanity's capabilities. This was more than a defense, it was a clear warning to any who might consider attacking Earth. Autonomous drone swarms continued their systematic hunt. Like a coordinated pack of intelligent hunters, they tracked down every remaining alien vessel. No ship was too small, no fragment insignificant enough to escape destruction. The alien leadership's communication systems began to fail. Panic replaced their initial arrogance. They had believed humans to be a primitive species, easily conquered. Now, they understood the fatal mistake of their assumption. Plasma weapons continued their surgical strikes. Each shot was calculated, each movement predicted. The alien fleet was being systematically dismantled, not through random violence, but through intelligent, precise destruction. Underground research facilities on Earth monitored every aspect of the battle. Scientists and military strategists collected data, analyzing the alien technologies, understanding their weaknesses. This was not just a battle, it was a comprehensive study of potential extraterrestrial threats. Orbital defense platforms transformed their configurations, adapting to each new alien defensive mechanism. Where one strategy failed, another was immediately implemented. The alien fleet found itself fighting an enemy that learned and adapted faster than they could respond. Communication networks across Earth buzzed with controlled excitement. Civilians who had been preparing for potential conflict now watched as humanity demonstrated its true potential. This was not just a military victory, it was a statement about human resilience and technological innovation. Admiral Kurl's flagship became the primary target. Hyun Kim's algorithms identified it as the critical point of the alien command structure. Multiple weapon systems converged, delivering a coordinated strike that would ensure total destruction. The flagship exploded in a brilliant display of energy and fragmentation. Its destruction was not just symbolic, it was the final nail in the coffin of the alien invasion attempt. Jay Park's voice broke the tension on the command bridge. "Confirmed total elimination of invasion fleet," he said quietly. Each word carried the weight of humanity's collective effort. Tracking systems confirmed what everyone already knew. No alien vessels remained. The invasion was completely, utterly defeated. Quantum communication networks began preparing detailed reports. Every moment of the battle would be documented, analyzed, and stored. This would become a legendary moment in human history, the day Earth proved its capability to defend itself against an advanced alien civilization. The universe had received its message. Humanity was not a species to be underestimated. As the last pieces of alien technology drifted into the cold darkness of space, a profound silence settled. The battle was over. The message was clear. Do not mess with Earth. The days following the alien invasion became legendary across human civilization. Every corner of the planet celebrated a victory that would be remembered for generations. Jay Park stood before the United Global Council, his uniform crisp and decorated with new commendations. Representatives from every continent listened intently as he described the strategic defense that had saved humanity. Hyun Kim's research teams began analyzing the recovered alien technologies. Massive research facilities dedicated entire departments to understanding the fragments of advanced systems that had been collected. What was once science fiction was now becoming scientific reality. Global communication networks broadcast the entire battle across every possible channel. Educational systems quickly developed curriculum documenting humanity's first successful defense against an extraterrestrial invasion. Schools would teach this moment as a turning point in human history. Satellite networks continued monitoring deep space, now equipped with technologies reverse-engineered from alien systems. The defense mechanisms developed during the battle became standard planetary protection protocols. Military research facilities worked around the clock. The technologies discovered during the conflict would revolutionize human understanding of physics, energy management, and space travel. What the aliens had intended as an invasion became humanity's greatest technological breakthrough. International tensions that had existed for decades suddenly seemed meaningless.
Countries that were once rivals now shared research, technology, and a collective sense of global unity. The alien invasion had done what decades of diplomacy could not: truly unite humanity.
Scientific communities worldwide began publishing detailed analyses of the battle. Each paper revealed more about the sophisticated defense systems that had been secretly developed.
The world discovered how close they had been to total preparedness long before the invasion.
Civilian populations transformed their perspective. People who once worried about local conflicts now understood humanity's potential as a species.
The invasion had revealed a collective strength that no one had fully appreciated before.
Space exploration programs received unprecedented funding.
Nations competed to develop more advanced technologies, knowing that the universe might contain other potential threats.
The invasion had turned space exploration from a scientific curiosity into a critical necessity. Economic systems rapidly adapted. Technologies developed during the defense became valuable commodities.
Companies that had contributed to the planetary defense received global recognition and massive investment opportunities.
Diplomatic channels began preparing messages for potential alien civilizations.
The transmission was clear and direct: Earth was not a target. Earth was a defender.
J. Park's final report to the Global Council became a historic document.
It detailed not just the battle, but humanity's remarkable ability to unite, adapt, and overcome a seemingly insurmountable challenge. Research into the alien technologies revealed capabilities beyond human imagination. Energy systems that could transform entire planetary economies, communication technologies that could revolutionize global interaction, medical technologies that could cure previously untreatable diseases. The invasion had become humanity's greatest opportunity.
Military training programs were completely redesigned.
The battle strategies used during the defense became standard curriculum. Every soldier, every strategic planner would study this moment as a critical lesson in adaptive warfare.
Hyun Kim received global recognition. Her adaptive AI systems had been the primary reason for humanity's success. Research institutions worldwide sought to understand and replicate her groundbreaking work.
Space monitoring stations continued their vigilant watch.
The technologies developed during the defense ensured that no potential threat would ever catch humanity unprepared again.
A final transmission was prepared and broadcast across multiple galactic communication frequencies.
The message was simple, direct, and carried the collective voice of humanity. We warned you. You didn't listen. The universe had learned an important lesson.
Earth was not just a planet.
It was a warning. A legend. Humanity had arrived on the galactic stage.
And they were ready for whatever might come next.